Oh, hi. So this is basically just a bookkeeping video. Tomi is going to be using a combination of correspondence 2 and time 2 in a ritual to scry onto the plane and see what exactly occurred regarding Tove. The correspondence 2 effect is sense through space, which allows her to extend her senses across intervening spaces, sensing things in other locations. She will be combining this with time 2 past sight, which will allow her to look backward through time. The dice pool that I'm going to be using is her Arete rating plus her cult rating. Her Arete is 3 and her cult is 1, so the total dice pool is 4. The maximum number of rolls she will be allowed to make is her Arete plus her willpower, which is 10. The base difficulty of this ritual is 5 because it's coincidental, and the highest sphere required is 2. The difficulty modifiers that she'll be using is that 1, she is in her sanctum, which is a -1 difficulty. She will be taking her time, which is another -1 difficulty, and will be using a personalized instrument, which is the glasses that she uses for most sight-based effects, which is another -1 difficulty. Seeing as she is perceiving a distant and obscured subject, that is another +1 difficulty, for a net difficulty of 3. Her successes threshold is going to be 10 successes for this ritual to be successful. That's because the effect is a standard effect, which is scrying and seeing things. This would normally be a simple effect, which is 1 success, but I added the extra success due to how far away and how out of her normal sphere of influence this type of scrying is. This will also be a duration, which will be 1 scene, long enough for her to explore what happened and see everything in detail, which is an additional 2 successes. For the correspondence connection, I'm looking at anywhere on Earth and no connection, which is 6 successes for correspondence. So again, my success threshold is 10. As this is a large-scale ritual, there will not be a climbing difficulty for the Arete rolls. However, seeing as this is a ceremony, each roll represents 1 hour of casting. This means that Tomi is able to make 3 rolls, her stamina rating, before she has to start rolling stamina to keep going. The first time she rolls stamina, it will be difficulty 6. From then on, it will raise 1 in difficulty until we start reaching thresholds, and this may be mitigated by taking breaks, which I will elaborate on if that happens. So to start things off, Tomi will be in her sanctum, and she will be enacting this ritual by taking a map book of the world, mostly focusing on areas between New York City and Greece and that long, long stretch of ocean. She will be running her fingers and darting her eyes all along the cracks in her glasses that lead to these connections, and focusing on the space in between, on what was seen by those who are actually there. This is my first roll. 1, 2, 3. That is 4 successes on the total effect, meaning that I have 6 left to get. This will be my second roll. Which is 2 successes, leaving me with 4 more to go. This is the third roll and the final one before I'm going to have to start rolling stamina. 1, 2, 3, 4. With that, actually, that will complete the ritual after 3 rolls, which would be 3 hours of dedicated studying in her sanctum, as the map book begins to show her the events as they unfold, and the glasses play out the visions of that plane at the time. She will then begin walking through the plane, searching for the person identified as Tove, and watching in detail as everything occurs up until the point where she lands on the ground, and from there, simply as long as you'll allow me to observe. Thank you. If you need anything else explained or clarified, or would like me to make more rolls, feel free to hit me up.